Hi guys, so I was recently asked a fun little question. What would you teach someone who had to play something on piano for whatever reason, but they didn't actually know how to play piano? And I mean nothing. They've never touched piano before and they have zero music theory knowledge. So that little thought experiment got me thinking. If I had 5 minutes with someone who knew literally nothing about music, and I had to get them or teach them to play something half decent, what would I teach them? Without referring to scales, chords, keys, or even note names. So with zero jargon. So I had a bit of a think, and this is what I would probably teach them. First, pianos have white notes and black notes, and you're only allowed to play the black notes. You cannot touch the white notes. You'll also notice that the black notes come in groups of 2 and 3. Now we're going to take the black note on the right side of a group of 2 black notes, so this one here or this one here for example, and we're going to call that our home note. Now in life, we go out and visit different places, but we always eventually come back home. And it's the same in music. We can go wherever we want and play whatever we want, but we always eventually have to return to our home note. And our left hand is only ever allowed to play our home note, so this one note. And we want to play this home note relatively low down, so it has a bit of bass to it. So maybe this one or this one here. Now our right hand can play any of the black notes in any order and for any duration, but must always eventually return and pause on our home note. And it doesn't matter which home note you play, it can be, this one or this one or this one or this one, doesn't really matter as long as you do come back and play one of them, right? Remember, our definition of our home note is just a note that's on the right side of a group of 2 black notes. So it could be this one, or it could be this one, or it could be this one, doesn't matter. But we don't just play our home note once and quickly and then move on. That's not how homes work. When you come home, you generally spend a bit of time in your house, maybe having dinner, and then stay at your home overnight. So when you play your home note, you want to hold it and sit on it and play it for a little while, before then going off and exploring some of the other notes and then returning and stopping on your home note again. Now here's a little bonus tip if you want to make this little improvisation a little bit more interesting and a bit more sophisticated. Now your left hand up until this point has only been playing the home note, but in reality it doesn't have to only play the home note. You can play any of the black notes in your left hand as long as you don't play them for too long and then you return back to the home note and again sit on the home note. right? So the key concept here is that we always return home and we stay at home for a little while, at least overnight. Right, we're still only playing black notes, so your right hand can play any of the black notes, but it has to return to the home note. Your left hand can play any of the black notes, but it has to return and sit on the home note. Now, I'd also suggest you play this whole thing relatively slowly in a bit of a ballady style, just because that's a little bit easier to do when you don't know how to play the piano, right? Playing slowly as opposed to quickly. And the best part about playing this quite slowly like a ballad is that you then don't even really need to play on time or to the beat. And if you can, if you've got the coordination, just press and hold the pedal, the sustain pedal, every few notes. Doesn't really matter. All these notes kind of sound nice together, which is why we're using them. But don't hold it for too long. Kind of press it, hold it for a couple of notes, let it go, press it again, hold it for a couple of notes, let it go, and so on through your entire performance. But if you can't do that, if that's too hard to coordinate, don't worry about it. It's not that important. And finally, if you really want to wow people's socks off, then use some dynamics. Play softly, and then play a bit loudly, and then play a bit softly, and then play a bit loudly again. All while doing the same things, right? That same home note in your left hand, black notes in your right hand, just play quietly, and then play a bit more loudly, then quietly again, and that's it. If you can do this, you'll create a nice sounding little improvisation, and all without knowing a single scale, a single chord, or a single note. Now, this isn't going to win any awards, but it will sound like you kind of know what you're doing, even though you don't. And if someone comes up to you and says, wow, that's really cool, what are you playing? Memorize and repeat this exact sentence verbatim. Oh, thanks. I'm really just doing a simple little improvisation using the E-flat minor pentatonic scale over a pedal point on the tonic. And then just hope you've bamboozled them with enough jargon so that they don't ask any follow-up questions. And that's it. That's how you play piano without knowing how to play piano. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.